Good morning, everyone. I'm back at it. It is freshly 11 a.m. Now 10:58. I'm sorry. Thank you for tuning in, and I want to thank you all for your continued support of this page and for the wonderful people that are on it. If you only knew, if you guys only knew, and gals only knew the knowledge that is on this page, you just really would not believe it. We've got some great people on this page. I want to talk a little bit about today. I thought about going into long range, but I'm not going to today. I want to keep this a little bit shorter. I want to talk about this, I'm quoting, storm coming in at the end of the week, and we're going to go straight to the good old GFS model. Now, as you can see straight off, here's the first. This would be valid for right now. This is hot off the presses, folks. This is the 12Z run of the GFS model. And by the time I get this video uploaded, it'll probably be old news because I have a slow internet. So here is the 12 Zulu run of the GFS model, which runs 4 times a day. The 12Z and the 00Z are usually my favorites, and everybody else's favorites as they get fresh data pumped into them. As you can see, look at our cold air. Here's our freezing line, folks. 540 lines all the way down in northern Georgia. You can see, look at these high pressures. And let me tell you, low pressure systems spin counterclockwise, high pressures spin clockwise. Look what these high pressure systems are doing. Whoosh. Yes, Canada is finally open, folks. And if you go outside, you will know what I'm talking about. I was hoping to see this, and this is what we've gotten. Now, the cold air's here. I'm going to go forward and show you a couple frames. Let's go forward here. As you can see, the cold air sticks around through tomorrow. We're staying cold into the 20s through tomorrow. Okay? Now you see a ridge starting to build out here. This is typical of wintertime. This is the West trying to compensate. You know, this is just a balance right here. This is a balanced compensation effort of two masses. So let's sit here and watch what happens now. Look at these lake effect snows. Oh. Lake effects are going to just bury these people up here. You can see them, the moisture-wise. I know it doesn't look like much moisture, but it's the time duration of the moisture that really buries our lake effect friends up there, and I'm jealous of them. Okay, let's go forward. This is, like I said, fresh out the press. Now look up here. Let's go back. This originated out of Alberta, and here's what I like to call an Alberta clipper. I'm really high on these systems, okay? They come down in the coldest of air masses. They go like this sometimes, they go like this, or they go like this. And for these storms, it does not matter which side of the system you're on. If they come through, you're going to get snow. And sometimes a very high amount of snow. They can surprise you. I've seen, and the reason why they work this way is the colder the air mass, the fluffier the snow becomes, the higher the ratio goes. Normally we have a 10-to-1 ratio, which means if you got it just depends on your temperatures up above, how cold everything is. Right now, we are cold all the way through. From the 850 millibar level all the way down to the surface. We are completely stacked with cold. Now, when you have these clippers come down, like this one's trying to do, and this really isn't going to verify into a bona fide clipper, and I'll show you why here in a minute. They enhance the snowfall ratio from a 10-to-1, which will be 10 inches of snow to 1 inch of liquid, to sometimes a 15 to 20 inch ratio, which would be 20 inches of snow to 1 inch of liquid. Now we're talking about highs in the teens and 20s for those kind of ratios to show up. So you do the math. I mean, a tenth of an inch of liquid could turn into 2 to 4 inches of snow. So you know why I love clippers so much. This is why. This is why. We just need to get the right one. Clippers are their own little system. They're just mind their own business. They shoot straight down. They have their own moisture source with them. They usually don't tap into the Gulf. Now they can, but they usually don't. So let's go forward and see what happens. Here comes the clipper. See it coming down? Now, stop right here. We have another system developing right here. And here's our weather maker for the end of the week right here. Okay, this is Friday. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen this run of the GFS. It's pretty ugly for us. It's not very encouraging. But I'm going to run it anyway. Here we go, and boom. We've got kind of a little, what I want to say, phasing going on here. I may be wrong. It looks like we've got this clipper trying to phase with this system that's trying to get going down here in the southern branch. But you can see the cold air is still right here. And what did I say in the last video? These systems will ride right along these boundaries almost every time, except for Clipper systems. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Clippers, remember, are their own little storm that will come down into the coldest of air masses. They come from the north. Our southern systems will not infiltrate cold air like this. Now watch what this system does right here. Boom. Okay, we have moisture over us. We have snow showers. This is just not impressive, folks. This is not impressive at all. I'm not throwing amounts out, but this would be way under 6 inches. Over 6 inches is what I consider a major storm. As of right now, I do not see a major storm at the end of this week at all. So let's go forward here. Boom. You can see this elongation right here? Now we have completely merged, and it's ugly. This run, I don't know. I don't really like this run. I'm going to show you the NAM next, which I like a little bit better, but I don't think the GFS quite has a handle on this yet, and I'm not going to sit here and bash the model like other people do. All these models have their uses, but I don't think this run is quite right. As you can see, we're into Friday now, and our moisture is gone. I mean, this run, I'm guessing, I'm not going to put out a cloud map like what us weather geeks call them. I'm guessing this run would throw out maybe 1 to 3 for us. It's just not impressive. So, yeah, blah, blah, and that storm's gone. So that's what I want to show you off the GFS. Now, let's go to the NAM. Okay. The NAM is a short-range model that only goes 84 hours out. It used to be my favorite. I'll be honest with you. But lately, the NAM has been terrible. Terrible. And I'm going to tell you why. The NAM has a big bias, and that is overdoing the moisture. I have seen it time and time again. Now, once the event draws within 24 hours, it corrects itself usually, and it comes into line with the others. There is another model called the European, but I've been told to be careful about showing that. I will show that on the next video. I have to spread out my showing of that, because the Europeans are picky people. You know, they've got such a good model. They really don't want it distributed too much, so I got to be careful with that one. But I have seen the Euro run for today. The Euro is kind of in line, but it does take a low a little bit further south. It gives us, again, not a very big snowfall. Under 6 inches for the end of this week. Okay, this is right now, folks. This is right now. Okay, let's watch the NAM. Here we go. We're going forward. This is Wednesday, Thursday, as you can see right here, the 24th. And the NAM's doing the same thing. Here comes our clipper right here. Here comes our clipper diving down. Now, let's stop it right here. The NAM's trying to develop a little bit stronger system right here. Okay, look, it's going right along the zone, just like I said. And here comes our clipper. Now, the NAM, here we go, of what I talked about earlier. We don't know until it happens. This could be a bit more bullish on the snow amounts. This could be right on. It could be, you know, we just don't know. The NAM, I'm telling you, though, and anybody that knows anything about the NAM will agree with me, has a moisture bias. It overdoes the moisture quite a bit. So let's go forward. The NAM, okay, you see our load developing right here. It's trying. Here comes our clipper. They're trying to merge right here. Okay. Here we've got some heavier precip. Chicago's finally getting some snow, and you people up in Chicago, I feel for you. This has been a terrible winter for you guys. 1 inch of snow. That's not right. Let's get Chicago some snow. Come on, let's spread the love here. And for my buddy Joe down here in Missouri, let's get some snow for him. Darn, this is ridiculous. Let's spread the wealth. Come on, Ohio. I got friends in Ohio. Come on. Let's see what happens here. Uh-oh, Ohio's going to score. Chicago's going to score. Sorry, Joe. You'll get one. I know you will, buddy. Here goes the NAM. And look at this clipper starting to fade. Now we have a 1010 millibar low starting to form right here in eastern Kentucky. I like this solution. I don't know about the moisture yet. I think this is the right move because the Euro's showing this. The GFS had trouble developing any type of system down here, and it just had this being the dominant feature up here. I like this solution right here. I think a system's going to form and go right. It's either going to go through. I'm going to tell you right now, it will not. I do not think it will come any further north because many times these models underestimate also how strong these cold air pushes are down. See this cold air push? If anything, I believe if we lose this storm, which I don't think we'll lose, we'll at least get an inch or so out of this. I'd say at least. If we didn't, I'd be really shocked. That would be complete moisture fallout if that didn't happen. But if we lost this storm, it would be further south if this cold air tries to drive further south. because that's what these storms do. They just, when you get a southern branch storm, you cannot drive it up into this colder air. So that's what I believe is going to happen. I think it's going to go through central Kentucky or southern Kentucky, Tennessee border, which would still give us snow. But I'm telling you, folks, right now, this is not a major system. This just does not get strong enough. If we go back, you can see it's developing right here. It's really trying to get its act together. It's a 1020 millibar low. That is not very strong. Okay, and you can see as I go forward, boom, it starts developing. That the darker, as you can tell, I don't have to explain this. The darker precip right here is 5/10 of an inch, usually, and that's, you know, I'd say on this run, if this were to verify, Indy would get maybe 1 to 3, 2 to 4, but I'm not putting numbers out this early. It's way too early. I don't agree with that, putting numbers out this early. So let's go further in. The NAM, as you see, just becomes a discombobulated mess. Now, all these people on the East Coast are going to go nuts over this one because it buries the East Coast. It doesn't bury them, but, you know. So that's the gist of the NAM. Here is the HPC's take. The hydro... I can never say that word. I apologize. The HPC is the Hydrologic Prediction Center. They're in charge of, you know, our hydraulical outlooks. Pretty much they're the moisture experts. That's what I'd like to say. So here is their take on where the low is going to go. They have a 1016 low, and they use a combination of all models. This is probably going to change, folks. I don't think this low is going to go up this high. I think it's going to be more right in here. I just have a feeling this thing's going to shift a little bit further south. So Maurice, my good friend in Evansville, if you get ice, you may still get ice. You're still going to be pretty close, but man, I'd be feeling pretty good if I was you. I just got a feeling this thing's going to shift a little bit further south and go right along here. So we will see what happens. I do not believe this thing will go much further north. I don't see this cold air retreating that far. If it happens, I'll admit I'm wrong. So, as for now, here's a summary. Snow moves in Thursday, late Thursday. The system has slowed down. It was originally programmed to move in Thursday. It slows down, moves in late Thursday, Friday. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a number out right now. Under 6 inches. That's all I'm going to commit to. Now, the way these things change is if we all of a sudden we get the Gulf of Mexico to just explode and open up for us, which I don't see right now. The Gulf just really isn't cooperating with this system, and plus, that's not a very strong low. So I am not seeing a major system out of this one, folks. Now, if that changes, I'll come back on here, admit I was wrong, and we'll move on, and we'll have fun in the snow. So we shall see. Now, one other thing I want to go through before I end this. The CPC, Climate Prediction Center, who I think have done a fantastic job this year. I think these guys have been on it all along. 6 to 10 day. Oops, sorry. 6 to 10 day above normal. Okay, this is I am forecasting actually a slight warm up toward the end of January. This verifies what I think this is dead on. January 27th to the 31st. We're going to be slightly warmer. And by slightly warmer, I mean into the 40s. I think we're going to warm up again. Okay? Precip is going to be above normal. Okay? Now let's go to 8 to 14. And I agree with this too. Here we go again. Another Arctic outbreak is coming right here. I think February could be fun, folks. I do not like long range. I hate it, but I'm starting to dabble in it again, and somebody smacked me over the computer for doing this. But I'm starting to dabble in it again. I hate it, but I just got... When my gut talks, I listen. I've got a gut feeling about February. It's going to be fun. And the Clipper systems have me intrigued. Let's see if they verify, okay? Could be wrong. Nobody knows anything about long range. This is just a gut thing coming out of me of what I've seen so far during the winter. Precipitation, above normal again. Okay, let's go to the 1 month outlook. Now look, the CPC is starting to buy this, folks. 1 month, this will be the month of February. We have a 33% chance of being below normal for the month. So you do the math. That would be pretty nice for Clipper systems. If this were to verify, would be great for southern systems if it were to stay right here. because the warm layer would stick right in through this area is my guess, and these southern systems would have no problem if they want to take a track this way into punching right into this colder air and knocking us silly. Again, this is all speculatory talk. Don't take it for granted, or don't take it as my word. I will watch it as it goes. 3-month outlook, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's it for today. As I still don't figure out how to get this off the computer because I'm an idiot. Yes, I know, I am. It's cool. It's all good. So, everybody, you stay warm. And once again, thank you, everybody, for your constant support of this page. You all are a wonderful group of people, and I'm the type of person who would do anything for any of you if I could. So, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, don't be afraid to ask. I will not bash you. I will not go off on you. This is what I'm here for. I love this stuff. And I'm going to say one last thing before I go. I'm ready for spring. Matt is out.